coaching style is nothing but my mother's leadership. My mother didn't know how to write or read, but she governed and managed 10 of us in the house. When my player do something, or if there is something that happened on the field, whether it's another team or in a club, I use that moment to teach my kid. I tell them what their job description is. I don't blame them, but I point it out, say this person's responsibility was supposed to be doing this, doing that. I hold each one of them accountable. It's the same thing my mother did at the house. So I use the same style to just translate it into the soccer field. I was born in Haiti on September 12, 1982, in a small little town called Akaye. It's in the west of Port-au-Prince. We have a very, very rich history. May 18, which is the Haitian Flag Day. This is where the slave fought against the French people to get our independence. In 1804, the final battle was taking place in Akaye. This is why even the president, everybody, and the government calmed down May 18th to celebrate the flag in that town. Also, the young lady that put the flag together, her name was Catherine Flon. She was from Akaye. My mom had 10 of us. I have one sister, and it was 9 of us boys. So, different life. It was tough, but she was a hardworking woman, so she does what she needs to do to raise us. My dad was a great man. My dad was a very quiet person. He did a lot of farm work. So my dad will go to the plantation, he will go to the farm, he will, do what a man do, provide it, and bring it home. But most of the thing back home usually seasonal. So if my dad goes beans for this season, he give it to mom, then we don't have another bean season for 6-7 months. So my mom gotta make that beans and sell it and make it work. This is why I talk about my mother a lot, is because when my dad bring that home, that's only for one season. Then my mom gotta flip it to keep it, to feed us for the entire year until the next season come around again. We grew up in a small house, in a 2-bedroom house. But it was great to see how close we all were together. Wear same shoes, same clothes. If you get too small, you pass it on to the next one. When we struggle, we all struggle together. My mom trying her best to give us the best she can. Everybody played their little part at a very young age. I was watching all my brothers' uniform by hands on Saturday so they can go to school on Monday. Born and raised in poverty in a third world country changed the way, when opportunity come across you, the way you address it, the way you take it. For me, growing up in that culture shaped the way that, I see America. I remember play soccer with no ball, no shin guards, no shoes. Now I'm coaching kids that have all those things. How do I make them feel very blessed and fortunate, but also not feel bad for that, because it's not their fault? There was a team in my town called Saint Etienne. I went to watch them play as a kid, and the energy, the environment, what they do for the town. On Saturday, on the weekend, even though you will struggle, you were starving the entire week, when you have a chance to pay $2 to go watch these guys play, everybody forget everything. And at that moment, I was like, I want to play for that town. I didn't want to play professional. I didn't want to make it anywhere. I just want to play. I just want to represent my town. And that's where soccer first introduced to me. My mom never wants me to play soccer. Number one, she wanted me to help with the business. Number two, I was getting hurt a lot. So I play a lot of little tournament. My mom never know. My mom never go watch me play. Not until I was playing high school. She was not very happy. She wants me to stop, but I was trying to tell her that I feel like that's my only way out to help this family. Remember, I have a bunch of siblings, and the struggle that I see my mom was going through, I knew that soccer was gonna be one of the things that I can use to help her. I started making little money. I was able to start helping, my brother and my mom. In 2000, my mom was getting sick, and sometime I remember taking my mom to the hospital, and she will cough a lot. And then in the car, she will turn around and look at me. I wasn't the oldest one, and my dad is there, my uncle is there. She will look at me. She say that many times. She will tell me, make sure you take care of your brother. Every time she feel like she's getting sick on her way to the hospital, because the hospital is a little bit further away, she always tell me that, me personally. She always say, man, let's take care of your brother. So I always looking to come to the state I'm at, because I know that America will give me a better opportunity to do just that. Growing up in Haiti, unfortunately, everybody's goal, everybody's dream is to come to America.
A disaster is unfolding tonight off the Bahamas. At least 30 people were killed when a sailboat packed with immigrants from Haiti struck a reef and flipped over. Video from the U.S. Coast Guard shows dozens clinging to the hull of the capsized boat. The search for victims continues in very rough seas.
I lost 11 members of my family trying to make it to the States. And for me to be here in America, not wake up every morning, take advantage of it, is these people's life that I'm living. And knowing that they're trying to make it here, they didn't. I can never take it for granted. When I get to Miami, immigration check all my paperwork. Some of it was not in line properly. Because of that, immigration kept me there for almost 3 months. After immigration went through a whole vetting process, checking my background, and they let me out. When I got out, I was like, I tell everybody, I want to talk to my mom. I want to know how she's doing. And I didn't have money. I didn't even know how to dial the number to call Haiti at that time. I was sitting in the living room by myself. My uncle called me and said, your mom died and she's been buried 3 months ago. And at that point, I didn't want to do anything. I didn't speak to my family for a long time. It was a very tough moment in my life, but I believe everything happened for a reason.
These are the hands that build. These are the hands and minds that are training for real opportunities, good jobs. And there are employers who hire these hands.
I was watching TV. I saw a commercial about a program the government was putting together for people under 24 called Job Corps. So I moved from West Palm Beach to Gainesville, where I started learning business as a trade. And then I stayed there in the program for a year, and then I completed it. While I was at the program, I work out a lot. I always exercise, I always training. And then one of the person saw me while I was training, called somebody in New Jersey, and then for soccer, the coach offered me a scholarship. And then I went there for the tryout, I made the team. Then I packed my bag and I went to New Jersey. I played 2 years there. My very first year, I got invited to the Pro Combine in Orlando. I blew out my knee. So I ended up didn't go. There was no university looking at me, so I drove 14 hours from New Jersey on a Friday night to Kentucky for a tryout. And I went to Kentucky, Owensboro, Kentucky. The next morning, around 9 a.m., like 4 months after my surgery, and I tried out for the Breakaway University. In 15 minutes, the coach offered me a full scholarship. The whole entire experience as an athlete, how to make the best out of the situation without having all the resources, all the support, knowing that soccer was the only thing that will keep me here, nothing else. And knowing that soccer is the only way to get a job, to stay in this school, I take it very, very, very important. I make sure that I train properly, I eat properly. I didn't drink in college. My teammate used to make fun of me. I had my first Guinness when I was a senior in college. So I respect the principle because I couldn't jeopardize it. I only have one sister. Her dad was Dominican. She was born and raised in Dominican Republic. I didn't meet her until she was 19. When my mom passed away, she went to Haiti. She got all my siblings, moved back to Dominican Republic with them and trying to raise them and help them. My very first year after I transferred to Kentucky, I remember I didn't have, every spring break, every summer, you have to leave the school. It was my first Christmas. I don't have anywhere to go. I was driving to Miami with a friend to stay there until the holiday was over. She gave me a call. Two of my friends from Trinidad was in the car. She's like, Mendes, hurry up. I don't feel like I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna die. So finish school, you can help your brother. I'm like, I'm not working. I'm on scholarship. Please just hold on to it. I only have 2 years left and then I'll be done. The following week, she died. Her dad brought her to my family back in Haiti, and she died in Haiti.
Good, Savannah. That's all right, work. Come on, let's go.
Right after I graduated, the head coach left. The same guys I was playing the following year, I was the coach. So I started my coaching career there.
The guy that just came from Australia, I want to see you on the front of the line. Go.
2 years after that, I had a job in Pennsylvania. I had to coach a college junior soccer club called Harcum College, the women's soccer team there. At the same time, I was working on my master at Philadelphia University to be a disaster medicine management. When I was in college in Kentucky, I met a group of guys from England. So they were working for a company that every summer I used to do camp for. So after college, I didn't speak to them for 4 or 5 years, and then one of them Facebooked me. It's a good friend of mine. That summer, I flew to San Diego, I stayed with them. I did the camp. I love San Diego. I saw this girl at the camp, and just like when I say push-up, she just get down and do push-up with one arm, no problem. She doesn't limit herself. At that time, I think she was 9 or 8, and her work ethic touched my soul right away. I tell her, I want to train you voluntarily. You don't need to tell me your financial situation. I'm gonna train her for 2 years. If she have that kind of attitude towards it, if she have that kind of work ethic, she deserves an environment that can create something to elevate her. The following year, I went back, I did the camp again. And then after that, I decided to move to San Diego. So they need somebody to come and help with the club, also the fitness aspect of it, because I was always someone that focused on fitness and nutrition, stuff like that. So I moved to San Diego. When I went there was 2 small clubs in the city. One was Carlsbad Wave, one was Carlsbad Lightning. So the director of the club merged them together. They call it Carlsbad United. So the club out of nowhere now have 4,000 or 5,000 kids From there, then I start Mendes ABC Fitness with my friend Brad Green.
Hey! Get back inside, Orlando! Hey, let's go, come on! Yeah? Ready to pressure! Up, Jack! Up there, run here! Good! Drive, stay behind your back, don't lift the ball, cross the ball. Get it corner, you should have kicked it in the first place. As a striker, I start running. Sub left, you fight after the corner, run here. But what you do, you wait until the ball kick, then run. No bounce, no bounce, no bounce. Midfield, let's be more aggressive. Let's pay attention to the game, yeah? We not anticipate to the run early. Get organized, man to man, their job, your job. And then you need to be here. That ball needs to go this way. Hey! I need to hit Joey. Come here. Come on the top of the key. Watch the individual on the ball and then anticipate to your run already. 1, 2, 3. Go get him. Come on, let's go.
I love working with kids. So after coaching the college, I went there and there was thousands of kids that excited to be around football. So I'm like, this is perfect setting for me to be a counselor and a coach. I start thinking about how to create something where I can do a one-stop service.
With that ball, it's never gonna be successful in this one. If you go wide, we cannot go that straight. Penetration pass is not gonna be good.
A lot of coaches working with youth athletes think that, oh, mom just pick him up after school. Day 7, day 9, day 10, day 11, they should be happy. It's soccer, it's football. They have the best drill set up for them. But when my player work on the field, if the kid is different, I have to be able to pull him on the side, say, hey, what's going on? What happened at school? I can read their body language. I do stuff with them off the field. For me, I'm raising them, you know, and I'm very proud of that. I don't have the best drill. I don't coach my kid to win every soccer game. I coach my kid to learn something from every football match. I take that job very serious, and I'm looking at demographic, you know. For instance, I have 2, 3, 5 players on my team that probably Spanish speaking, and I have 14 of them probably Caucasian or from another race. So the demographic, the background is different, the culture is different. The way that I approach my Spanish speaking players, I can't relate to my other players the same way. So I learn all these little pieces and trying to bring them together, but serve both subculture at the same time.
Come on, every single ball count. Good job, baby. You all right?
Yeah. So wait, what did he do? He just run into you?
You win the game. Good. That's the best game I see you play.
One of the biggest things that I think is the work ethic. Every single one, player and parent and everybody that's been around me can tell you, if my kid lose the ball, they can make a million mistakes on the field.
Hey, play, Nolan. Play. Nolan, get behind. There we go.
Because they don't have control of that. As human being, we do make mistakes, but one thing that you have control of is how hard you work on the field. If someone passes by you, you don't run after that person, that's a choice. We have a problem. If you receive a ball, you're trying to pass it, you make a bad pass. That's natural. Everybody makes mistakes. I don't have a problem with that. If you don't try to win that 50-50 ball between you and that person, you may not get there, but I want to see on your face and your body expression, you try your best to get there. If you don't get there, and it's okay. But if you don't try, we have a problem.
This year, you can tell the little failure that we have whether in the game is people's attitude toward the game.
When you have 16 kids come try out for a team and then you pick them, there is 16 different homes. Human being is nothing but the product of the environment. There is 16 different homes, 16 different environment, different way parents raise them, different subculture you're trying to put together for a year. And then you gotta deal with the parents that see things differently, that raise their kid differently, that want their kid to be treated differently, which everybody should be equal. So that's challenge, I enjoy it. I enjoy that, and then that's the part where, for me, I enjoy the most is to understand each one of these kids different and then trying to get them to understand what the ultimate goal is and then teach them through soccer. And I'm big on, you know, you may not end up being a professional soccer player, but you're gonna be a dad, you're gonna be a brother, you're gonna be a cousin, you're gonna be a productive citizen. How can I teach this kid to be a productive citizen? And that's more important to me. I decided to visit Haiti because I felt like I was at that point where I was stable with my family. I have a relationship that was stable with my family, one. Number two, I want to start to giving back to my community. One of the main reasons that I want to start involving that community, it was because of soccer in school. In Haiti, from middle school all the way to university, you have to pay for school every month. When I was a kid, I was sitting in a class and then the principal will come with a notebook and they will call everybody's name out. They will say Tony, John, Paul, and everybody they call, these are the kids that pay. They will put them on the right side. And if you don't pay, they put you on the left side. That's right after class start, right in the middle of the day. And then if you don't pay, you have to pick up your bags and go home. I remember walking home because the school was walking distance from my house. And my mom will sit right in the street, and because she have a small little business, she's selling stuff. And the moment that she saw me walking, she started crying. She know that I love school, I want to stay in school. She know that it's because we don't have the money to pay for that month. They send me home. So I never want a kid to experience that. I want to go back to Haiti and pay school for 20 kids. I'm hoping to grow that program every year. I don't want any kid worried about money in school. So I decided to go there so I can help. You know, I went there, I do a couple of sessions, I train the kid, we have a little tournament, we have a trap meet, soccer. We give him trophy, and you know, it was a great experience. There is a lot to do. I'm in the right path, but there is a lot to do. So many players that I coach, because of their demographics, some of their background, they cannot afford to go to college. My goal is to send at least a couple of them to college. I'm changing the way that I do things. I'm trying to make it better. I want to start hiring tutor if this kid need it, so they can get tutor for the one that have struggled certain grade to get better. I want that to be a part of my life until I die. People first, society first. Everything that I went through, everything, all the challenge, there is one thing that always come back to is help, help, help. Whether it's my brother, family, society, or another kid, is help, help, help. That the motor of everything that happened to me and the focus. I feel great. I feel great when I open a door for an old lady. I feel great when I send $100 to my dad. I feel like I'm achieving what my life is about. I feel great if you need me, you call me.
Mendes c'était tout petit et en pile personnel dans la zone là, par exemple moi-même personnel comme tontonné, et était pas placé confiance non dans lui-même, pas façon, il était grandi, pas façon de lever tête, pas façon de discipliner tête li. Étant jeune et comment c'est un monde qui te gagne moral. Dans tout ça l'a fait, il fait avec une personnalité, un monde qui vraiment une personnalité.
I think the main thing that Mendes brings to the table is he can relate to the kids. You know, with his background and his history in soccer, he knows what it's like to come from nothing to something, and the dedication and hard work that takes to separate yourself. And I think the kids really look up to Mendes. You know, Mendes is not just, he doesn't just say things, he lives it. You know, you can tell that by his physique and his dedication to his fitness and the way he looks after his body. And I think the kids really respect that. You know, they look at him as a role model, and rightfully so, because he treats himself like a role model.
He encourages her a lot on the soccer field, but as well, she's excited about showing him what her grades are. And he's become just a mentor, almost like a big brother or uncle to her, because she really wants to please him and show him that she's excelling in all areas of her life and not just the soccer field. He kind of shows her too that she can do anything.
I really like him as my trainer because I get to learn a lot about soccer, and I've gotten a lot better from him. I like how he's passionate, and like when I'm at practice, I like to see him and I get excited to go to practice because of his passion.
Is there any secret that we don't know that you want to tell us on camera about Mendes? You're not going to tell?
Oh yeah. He does like jelly beans.
Really? That's good to know.